Hello and welcome back to the studio. I'm Dr. Wiggo, and today we're going to talk about iOS 27, which is a winner even without Siri AI. But of course, Siri AI makes it even better. But I already did a video about Siri AI, which you can watch up here. That video was other people's reactions to Siri AI who had the developer beta. I did not have the developer beta, but I do now have the open beta, which you can get too if you go to beta.apple.com and fill out some things and then turn on beta updates under software update, which I don't recommend if your phone is like your life because it is beta software and there could be bugs, but I haven't really found any big ones yet. So I know last week I said that this week I'd talk about Siri AI, which I will in a minute, but first I want to talk about some of the other features of iOS 27 which make it a winner even without Siri AI. So let's dive right into some of them. One of the things they put into iOS 27 that should make a lot of people happy is a control over liquid glass. If you go to Settings and you go to Appearance, you go down here, Liquid Glass, if you click on this, there's now a slider, and you can make it non-glassy at all, more opaque, or you can make it super glassy. I kind of leave it on the middle because I just kind of like the way it is. So if you like it really glassy, you can just slide it all the way to the left, and if you like it really opaque, you can slide it all the way to the right. Problem solved for the people that hated liquid glass. You can now basically turn it off and on. While we're in System Settings, let's run down to Sounds and Haptics, and we will discover that there are now these buttons for alarms and timers, and alerts and system sounds. I like to have my ringtone turned way down, but then when I set alarm in the morning, I barely hear it. Well now, instead of match ringtone volume, I can set a much higher volume for alarms and timers. And you can do the same thing for your alerts and system sounds. I can make those maybe a little louder and then leave my ringtone turned all the way down. Yes, I know it's been an Android for 10 years, but we finally get it and I'm happy. Now on the control panel, the timer has a new thing. See here the timer up at the top where you can set the time. Got a little scrolly thing. You can start the timer and it goes up. I mean, setting timers is easy. You can do it with Siri. Set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes starting now.
If you don't like talking to your phone, you can pull the little thing down. Another thing they've added in iOS 27 is support for a lot of different kinds of widgets. So like here I've got the weather widget and there's the normal one, but then there's the broader one, which I think was always there. But now we have an even bigger one, and then we have a full screen one. So let's add this full screen widget, and it takes over my entire screen. A lot of people say this is for the folding iPhone that's coming out, where you'll be able to have full screen widgets when you have multiple screens. We'll see. Here's something that's been around for a while, but they fixed it. If you move things around on your home screen, and then you decide you don't like it, you can shake. But it just undoes the most recent one. And then if I shake again, I can redo that one or undo that one, and now it's back the way I started. Not real impressive, but multiple levels of undo is quite handy. In the Wallet app, you can now add custom passes. If you have any kind of card that has a QR code or a barcode on it, well here, I'll show you. You can scan it, add to wallet, create a pass, take a picture of it, creating pass, Kroger, got my member number, and the barcode. So now I can just flash this at the checkout counter and they can scan it and I'm good to go. So let's add Kroger. See, it's down there. And it did the same thing for my Costco card, except I've heard from other people who've tried this. Costco doesn't like this because your picture's not there. Costco wants a picture ID when you scan in, so this may not work. Maybe the next version will let you put pictures on here. The weather app has some additions. It now has these buttons, so you've got your forecast, but then you have a precipitation forecast and a wind forecast. And one more thing about some of the Apple apps, like weather. They'll now do landscape. So far, this is mainly just Apple apps, and everyone says it's getting ready for the fold phone, so that you want to have bigger widgets and landscape things. Again, we'll see. For you sneaky people, in Find My Now, if you hit the 3 dots, hide location. This will hide my location from my sister and Find My messages for today. She will not be notified that this happened. This next one is in the camera app, and you need the newer phones like 17 and the Air and the 17 Pro because it needs the new FaceTime camera or selfie camera, dual capture. So I hit that, and now the selfie cam's catching me, plus it's getting whatever goes on over here so that everybody can see. This is great for FaceTime. Now you can see my teleprompter. This is great for FaceTime because you can be like showing the kids while you're talking, or you can record a video. In the Photos app now, if you've got a video here, okay, let's pause that right there. And then I can save video frame as photo. So it took the frame that's currently on the screen, saved it as a photo. So you no longer have to take a screenshot of a video in order to get a still frame out of it. You can just do it right out of the Photos app. In Mail, when you swipe to the left, there's a Remind Me, which will take the mail out of my inbox and then put it back in an hour or tonight or tomorrow or later. So you can clear out your notifications, but then still get the email back. Those are just a few of my favorite new features in iOS 27. But now let's get to the Apple Intelligence features, which everybody has been talking about. I'm in Photos right now, but this also works in the Camera app. You now have Cleanup, where like I can take, apparently it has to download Cleanup, and this is going to take a minute. Well, never mind. Extend. This takes a minute, but it will generate fill around and make my picture bigger so that the burger is more central. But you can see this takes a while. This has to send it up to the cloud, and see it extended it on out. Another Apple Intelligence feature in Photos is now if you swipe up, you can do an image search. And it'll search Google for similar images, but I don't really want to do an image search. Or I can ask Siri, what's the nutritional information for this picture?
A typical cheeseburger and fries meal can range from 900 to 1,300 calories, depending on the portion.
A little generic. Well, let's do an image search. I'm doing an image search on a box of crackers. And there they are on Instagram. Now another thing is shortcuts now. Instead of creating them yourself like these were, you can describe a shortcut. When CarPlay starts, shuffle the playlist driving. It's looking into it. It knows it's an automation. Finding the playlist. Assembling the shortcut. When CarPlay connects, get driving playlist, play music shuffled. That's what I want. Now here's one I have not tried. So apparently I have 115 bad passwords. Password can automatically fix 10 of these, apparently. Because it's going to go through these one at a time. But the idea is it logs into the site, gets the confirmation code for changing the password, gets that in a text or an email, reads that, then saving strong password. So I have just updated my compromised Twitch password. Well, I think I have. Let's see. Saving. Done. So apparently that works. Now, I've already showed you in this video what other people were doing with Siri AI. I'm not as smart. You can see here, I asked it how to add a widget to my home screen. I tried to add something to my Costco reminder list, but it didn't find it. But then it added one, but then I had two, but then it worked out. But here's what I usually, but I can tell you right now, what I've been using Smart Siri for 90% of the time, and will continue to in the future, are questions like this. Who played Wednesday's best friend in the Netflix series Wednesday? It was Emma Myers.
Wednesday's best friend, Enid Sinclair, in the Netflix series Wednesday.
I don't know why, but I could never remember that actress's name. When I go out to lunch with my friend Brian, we're always trying to remember things like who was in what band. Smart Siri works great for that. And something I've just learned from watching someone else's video, check this out. Open Amazon and search for candles. Opens the Amazon app, searches for candles. Amazon's apparently an early adopter. As people update their apps for iOS 27, more and more apps will be able to be searched by Siri or have Siri do things in them. It's called App Intense, and it's this whole thing for app developers. But Siri's going to be able to work with a lot of apps. Right now, it works really great with all the Apple apps. Like when you're searching for things, it'll search your mail and your text. When's my next dentist appointment?
Your next dentist appointment with Dr. Mark A. Cohen is scheduled for Tuesday, August 4th, 2026, from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m.
This appointment that it grabbed out of my calendar, well, Siri is the one that put it there because I got a text from the dentist office saying, here's your appointment schedule, and I just clicked the add to calendar button that appears underneath it. I am not the kind of person who does a lot of traveling. I don't fly, I only drive. So all the stuff they showed off in these other videos that I mentioned in this video, where people were looking up plane reservations and transfers and all that kind of stuff and hotels, well, I never do any of that. But it'll do all that too. So while Siri AI is no ChatGPT, it does do the kinds of things I need. I don't code. I just want to look up simple stuff. I want to add things to my calendar, add things to my reminders, and it works great for that. I think iOS 27 is a winner even without Smart Siri. And with Smart Siri, it's a big winner. I think this is going to be a great iOS coming in the fall. Again, the link will be down below if you want to go sign up for the open beta. I haven't had any trouble with it. I think it's great. I know this wasn't the best video because I was in a hurry, but I'll come back next week and talk about something else altogether. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. And I'll go work on what I'm going to talk about next week. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.